Samuel, how are you doing today?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm good. I just recorded one podcast in the morning with Alejandra.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, I'm preparing for my other one as well after you, like after your visit to Soldier Field. You tell me, like when I first met you, you had a very interesting background which made me ask you first that whether you want to be a part of the podcast. But can you tell us more about yourself, like how you paved your way to sports industry and into Madrid?
Yeah, of course. So I was playing basketball actually at a very high stake, and I got some smaller injuries, nothing bad. But at that moment, it was like, okay, this could happen throughout the whole career. So I said maybe a plan B would be kind of nice. Then I decided, okay, let's study sports management, my bachelor's. And after my bachelor's in Germany, which was in Hamburg, I looked for a new university, and I want to have one where it's like very practical, not only theoretical. And ESBS was perfect because we went to South Korea, we went to Munich, we're now here in Chicago.
Yes.
So we learned a lot, and that's something what I would say it's a key factor for a career.
True. You also, travel the world. So how do you align with that?
Actually, I'm also making movies. I'm a movie producer and director. I started in 2019 while I was for the first time traveling a year in Australia, New Zealand, Southeast Asia, and I met wonderful people, very wonderful people who are doing that professionally, and I just traveled with them, and they showed me a new side of traveling, and then I kind of stick into it. Started with Instagram a little bit, then YouTube, and now making major movie productions. So when I'm traveling, I mostly get paid for that or are in collaboration with other companies. So it's like from the financial point of view a little bit easier.
Wow. So you always had the passion for movies, or it just grew on you?
No, not really actually.
Really?
When I was a kid, I hated when my mom made pictures of me or had a camera with her because I just wanted to run and play and do a lot of stuff. And while I was traveling in New Zealand, it was you have nothing to do in the nighttime. You either drink or watch a movie or something, and it's boring at a point. So we started doing some pictures of the amazing places we have seen. Then we edited some videos, like only on iMovie or some free apps on your iPhone. And so it started, and then the passion begins. So then I was back in Europe. I started doing some after movies from Prague, from Hamburg. And then I got the chance to make a short documentary in Indonesia for a music bit. It's an American company. And this was nice. This was like a lot of fun to show something, to have a bigger purpose in it than only making fun videos. So it started.
I saw that you have one of the documentaries or movies released on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Yeah, can you tell us more about that?
This was a movie about Africa, about Kilimanjaro, Serengeti National Park, Zanzibar, and the whole culture around it. Most of the people are going just to climb the Kilimanjaro or just to go on Serengeti, and I wanted to show them what they are missing actually. And this chance I got through a friend of mine who knows the owner of this travel company, and he asked me if I'm interested. Or better, he just said, "You're coming with me to Africa next year." I was like, okay, sounds amazing, why not do that? And while we went there, they asked me, yeah, could you make some promotional stuff for us as well, so you get a discount? Then I was writing a script, and I learned it's too much what we will show to just make a short commercial video. So I said, let's just make a movie without any knowledge, without any background of how to do that. So we started filming, we had some ideas in mind, everyone was really passionate about it. And then we got into post-production. So we edited the whole video, the whole movie is like 1.5 hours long, and we had no idea how to sell it, which is a big factor actually. So I wrote like hundreds of emails to every distribution company I could find online, In that time, ChatGPT wasn't that big, so you need to do all the work alone, which is like horrible.
Yeah.
And after 2 or 3 months of texting every day, finally one company said, "Yeah, we like that movie, and we want to help you with it." So I sold them 50% of the rights, and now it's on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Google Movies, actually every major streaming platform besides Netflix, unfortunately.
I think it will make to Netflix as well, make its way up there. Do you have any plans to get it up to Netflix?
Not especially this movie, because I'm in the post-production of another one right now. But if you want to go to Netflix, you need to go to movie festivals. And Netflix has scouts, like normal sports scouts, and they are on all over these festivals and finding new movies they are interested into. So if they see this movie and they say, okay, this is a good fit, then it has a good chance. From the quality, yeah, it has. It just needs to be discovered.
Yeah. You also went on a Asia tour. I think it's called Beyond Maps.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I follow your Instagram page. I've seen your small clips of I think glimpse of places you have visited and the potential to see a movie coming up on those places. So when is it gonna release then?
The plan was to release it at the end of this year, but then the post-production took a little bit longer than expected, so we postponed it to summer next year. We expect the post-production to be ending in December, kind of around about December, plus minus 2 weeks. And we are not in a hurry, so we don't have any deadline. This means we can really focus on the quality of the content and not just to make it fast and done. So we have time, and next year you can see it.
Okay, I think it's a long wait, but I think it's worth it. So, do you have any plans to do anything in lines of sports? Because you have an artistry background, since you look in the world through cameras, and you also make movies. You know how beautiful that can be. Also, you love sports, so that is another love that you have. So, do you feel like combining both of them someday?
I haven't really thought about it, but of course sometimes you think, okay, this would be a perfect fit, or maybe a documentary about this club would be a perfect fit. Mostly it's about networking. You meet people, they give you a new idea they have, and who knows, maybe in 1 week we are shooting with the Chicago Bulls a new commercial video or a short documentary. Sometimes it goes very fast. And one good friend of mine, Joaquin, already is doing this kind of stuff, combining filmmaking with sports, and we quite talked a lot about it. So I offered him to help, of course, and so we can maybe work in the future on some projects together, which would be amazing actually.
You also did with your our classmates, I think Lucas and Flynn, for your Beyond Maps journey. So even they are on the same level, not level I would say. They're also people who would want to do movies in future, or they are also doing their own individual projects.
They're actually not so much into movie making, but of course if you can travel around Asia and have a movie about it, it's same things.
Exactly.
And I like to bring friends of mine to the movies. So I don't want to cast only actors or actresses. I want to have friends there. So we have, like Adam Sandler actually is a good role model for that. He built his company Happy Medicine and brought all his friends in there. So now they're doing movies together, getting paid together, and it's kind of nice that you think of others, not only yourself.
Yeah, I think he's a very good role model, I would say, for a lot of people. His personality is also like that. He's a very down-to-earth person, I would say.
Exactly, yeah. He wears baggy shirt and goes play basketball outside with some people. He looks like, I don't know him personally, but he looks like the kind of guy you can spend a lot of fun with.
That's true. Even I like his movies. I like him as a person. He doesn't also show up so much in all the talk shows. He has his own thing sorted, I feel. It's a good one. What were the main challenges that you had to go through to come to this point?
I think one major challenge is always getting out of the comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
You grew up in a place where you know everything, you know everyone, you know every single street, and sometimes nothing is changing. And then you decide, let's go out of it. And you have major challenges, like you don't speak the language maybe, you don't know anyone, you don't know how the system is working, and you need to adapt to it. So I think you can say to almost everything, you need to adapt to your surroundings. And this is not always easy. Not always when you think like, oh, this feels wrong. This doesn't feel natural to do. And you still say, okay, but I need to, otherwise I will have major problems. And I would just say, always get out of your comfort zone. Try to do new things. Even if you feel uncomfortable, at one point you will feel comfortable. And this is something which helps a lot. If you're homesick, if you are just unhappy because you don't like the city, the country, do the best out of it. It's not that worse.
That's true, but a lot of people will also ask questions like, what about the finances part?
I think we are, especially when you study, you have a background where you always can find a job. It's a small one, if it's a big one. I mean, everyone is looking for something. And if you like creative, you can work for hotels and then get a free stay. You can work in hostels and just living there and getting paid a little bit and staying for free as well. Then you have some online work where you can do remote, like part-time for marketing, video editing, for just research. There's always an opportunity you have. You just need to look for it and you just need to research for it. There will never be a point where you say, there is absolutely nothing I can do. There's always a way. Just don't use any excuses. Don't try to blame it on somebody else. It's your own decision, your own fault if it doesn't happen. So go after it.
Yeah, very well said. But Samuel, I would say that this is becoming very formal conversation. So it has to be a little bit casual. It shouldn't be like formal. It's not like the rest of the other podcasts, how they do like with proper settings and all. You can ask me questions if you have any. It's like a friendly conversation, mostly because in class we are like 50 people. And we don't get time to get to know people better or to network with people and see what are the potential. But in future you never know, they can collaborate or not. So this was the main reason why I also wanted to do podcast. Season 2 wasn't in my plan, to be very honest.
Why not?
I thought that it's firstly it's time consuming. Also you have to think about out of the box kind of ideas to make it more engaging. So it wasn't in my plan until Chicago happened. I think like a week or two earlier, traveling to Chicago, I made a decision that okay, I will do season 2, but it has to be very different. So I watched a lot of content to an extent where I didn't do any sort of physical exercises because I consumed so much of internet. So I would say that it made me click that what if I do second season podcast, but it is different. It's not like a podcast. It's more like a vlogging that I am in Chicago. I am meeting with all my classmates. I'm getting to know their stories mostly for myself so that I can get to know them. And I also, it's also one of a way I'm creating a digital memory. For me, maybe later on down the line, I'll be like, I've met such great people, they're doing this. And
that's beautiful actually, that's a beautiful thought. How was it in the jacuzzi? Was it not too loud, to be honest?
I mean, this camera quality, I would say it's very good because it does not capture the other noise, and that was my one concern because I only had the budget to purchase one thing, and now I have to buy a hard disk. I have to buy a mic. I also have to buy. I got this. My GoPro from Abu Dhabi. before going to immigration, I ran to a store. I was like, "Do you have this, GoPro?" With they said we have one piece. I'm like, "I'm buying it as much as you can. Just give it to me." So that was my situation. That like very last moment decisions, but okay, I think I don't regret it.
But that's nice actually. This is like something should happen naturally, just without thinking too much about it.
Exactly.
Just, you see a GoPro, buy it, and here. This is our tripod.
The book stand is my tripod.
But it's fine. You don't need to have like so much professional stuff. Just use books. You see, guys, use books.
What is the shift that you saw when you were younger, before you even could make a decision of your own? That I'm sure you had different dream that you wanted to pursue when I grow up, and then it changed. So, do you think about that?
I mean, my first goal was to be a football star, to play for the German national team and play in the Bundesliga. But at 11, I kind of felt boring with football, so I decided to play basketball. Then I wanted to be an NBA star. Quite easy. And then I grew older and so like, okay, yeah, maybe I will not make it to the NBA, so I want to stick to sports, I want to stay there. So that was why I applied for my bachelor's in event and sports management. Then I took the camera, then I thought, oh, maybe I can do stuff with here. And I think we never stop craving for something and learning. This means, who knows what we will do in 10 years? Maybe nothing with movies, nothing with podcast, nothing with sports, but working in a bank. I hope not actually, but who knows? And yeah, life is changing all the time. We meet new people, we got new insights, and we got new ideas. So yeah, I want to be a football star. And
well, you can always pave your way in another way to football world or basketball world also.
Yeah, that was the reason actually why I started studying sports, because I thought I want to be in this industry. I want to be with all this passion and the people around it. They make it like perfect.
Exactly.
When you are on a match day and your team is winning and you see how happy everyone is, how you have out of nothing like 50,000 fans, that's your friends at the moment. It doesn't matter where you are. I don't know your name, but let me give you a hug because we scored a goal. This is amazing. But everyone is screaming the club's name or the player's name. It's beautiful.
That's true.
So, and then you see it while you're working behind the curtains, and then you think, I did a good job. I did so many people happy today, and the opponents who are not happy, then that's even better.
That's even better. Well, the booing and everything. I think I really like watching watching matches in stadium because of the environment that goes on. Like, one side is screaming, one side is like booing. It's amazing. Even though it is some sort of harassment, but it's also satisfaction inside that.
It's part of it.
Perfect.
I mean, a lot of players gaining a lot of strength because they're booing at them, insulting them, because you do something the others don't want to. And this is the point where you say, okay, I will keep doing that. And I like that. Actually, I'm a big fan of it, so if somebody would boo at me, I would think, okay, that's kind of nice, to be honest. There's nothing bad about it. And what would you say was the biggest stadium you've ever been with the nicest atmosphere?
I've not visited quite many. I don't have an answer to it. But in India, there is a cricket stadium called Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. It's a very big stadium, I would say, and also it has a lot of history. I saw. I did not see India play, but I saw some T20 matches over there, like leagues, and my team won, so I really liked it. But that was, I think, one of the big stadiums I've been to. I've not visited like internationally big stadiums.
I mean, I don't know so much about cricket, to be honest.
No, it's okay.
I just know it's similar to baseball in a way.
Yeah, it is, but yeah, just a little different. But that's what do you expect from Chicago trip? Like by the end of this trip?
I didn't know what to expect, to be honest, when we were going here. I didn't read the syllabus because it was 41
Me neither.
pages, and you don't want to read 41 pages.
41 pages is too much.
So I knew how it was in South Korea. It was shit. And
You did not like South Korea?
I liked South Korea as a group. We were there, but from the educational side, it was horrible.
It was not so nice. Yes, I
It was
agree
very
completely.
horrible.
Yeah.
Not so nice is very nice. We didn't learn anything. We had like Korean culture. It's interesting to have Korean culture, but we had it too much. I said we had also Korean culture classes in Madrid, so we were prepared for everything. And then the first week we are doing exactly the same thing over and over again.
It's because we Paris people, they didn't do it.
Yeah,
first.
I know, but this is like there's a major
They could
failure.
have been like optional thing, like some people if you want to do. Some people if
Yeah.
you don't want to do, could have done that.
And also we went to the Latin American Culture Museum,
Yeah.
which is like it was bad. It was bad. Never go there when you're there. Don't go there. It was just like if this would be an optional activity like we have here, this cultural pass or the sports pass, perfect. You can decide you don't need to go there. But when we once went to visit the palace, I went 50 meters apart from the group to make a picture, and then directly one of the guides came, yeah, you're too far away, we could lose you, this could be dangerous. Like, we're traveling on our own across the world, living in different countries, which are not our home countries, and I'm 50 meters on a big square, there was nothing, yeah. There was like a lot of place. You're too far away, something could happen. And you're like, no, I mean, I can call somebody if I lose you.
Exactly.
So this was like, overall, it was not good. We had a good time. I mean, we stayed in the same apartment, so it was nice. We had amazing nighttime club effect, for example, was cool. La Bamba as well.
I think that was a very good club.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So I expected kind of the same thing in Chicago. I knew that the group for us had like horrible apartments. And even if they set us in the pre-session, it will be like way better. I was not sure how good it is because of the last experiences. And I'm surprised how nice it is here.
Exactly.
We have amazing people speaking to us, amazing opportunities. We see the city, we are in the city center. It's amazing. So
Everything is nearby. Even
Yeah.
the Willis Tower is just here, like walking down the street, and it's amazing. Yeah.
So I think every one of us will take from Chicago a lot, more than expected. I'm sure for that.
But there were, how in Korea they were taking us with a tour guide, even though it was cultural places, but we still got to know what Korea can be or what it is. I think they should do it here also in Chicago. Like, I think today, after this, you're going for Soldier Field visit?
Yeah, exactly. We are visiting the Soldier Field, the stadium of the Bears and Chicago Fire. So
Exactly, they could have kept it like as a mandatory activity for others also to go and experience it. It shouldn't just only be people who has taken, the optional activity passes or something. This can be something that they can involve. I mean, I would be interested to know what Soldier Field looks like or what the history is like, how we did in Munich. About what is the team?
FC Bayern Munich, the
Yes.
Allianz Arena.
I am not a football person.
But you were there.
I was there,
Didn't know that.
I have a very bad memory of remembering people's name and their birthdays or anything. Like, it took me a whole month in Korea to remember people's faces and their names.
Okay, I mean, we had quite a lot of people from Madrid. So I think we are around about 36 people
Yes.
from Madrid. And I mean, we saw each other only in Munich for 4 or 5 days.
No, that's okay.
So it takes a while.
But the worst was we are just 8 people in Paris, and it took me 2 months to remember everybody's name. I still don't know my lecturer's name till date. Like you asked me, who took your class on the first day in Chicago? I cannot name it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm horrible. I am horrible at remembering names. I always count at either Julia or if somebody else is, beside me. What is the person's name? So I think one of them told me, just listen carefully. I'm like, I am. It's just my memory is not capturing it.
But I have the same problem actually. If I meet somebody new and we exchange our names, in the second he says the name or she says the name, I don't have it.
You don't have it.
I don't have it. I just I don't know why my memory just said we make a small break for a second, then we keep going. So they can say me the name and like ask second later. So what's my name? I'm sorry. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why whenever I introduce myself, after some point I'm like, I'm just horrible at remembering names. So please tell me your name again so that I can write it down somewhere.
I don't think that like names are so much important.
Sometimes it is.
Sometimes it is, but not always.
But if you're having a conversation, for example, and if you cannot remember, let's say my name, how will you refer? Oh, that person, that person. There are so many that kind of person.
I mean, there are some problems to it, but if you like, for example, traveling and you travel with a person and you don't know the name, it's not that bad. So you just keep talking, everything is good. And then after 3 days, I'm sorry to ask, what's your name again? And this happens while you're traveling quite a lot because you're meeting new people every single day and so much of them. So at some point, you're not there like, hey, I'm Sam, I'm from Germany, I'm 26 years old. You're just like, hey, where you going, how you doing, where you from maybe. And if you know like, okay, we spent the last 3 days together, maybe that's the time to ask for the name as well. And they also don't know your name. And they don't mind. So sometimes it's fine. If it's going more formal, of course it looks very rude if you have no idea who is the person you're talking to.
That's a very bad thing. But I get this from my father because he is horrible at remembering. He even mispronounces the name, which I stop myself from doing it. I'm like, it's better to forget the name than to mispronounce the name, I feel.
I agree with that. I think it's easier to ask, I'm sorry, I just forgot your name, than to call Jaime Jamie, for example.
That's offensive. I can see that he wants to punch him. Shit.
But it's also like funny, Don't take it too serious. It's just
because he kept on repeating like Jamie, and if I was him, I would be like, can you just stop? It's enough now.
I think I wouldn't mind. I would just say, for me, if it's okay, it's like not a big deal. But yeah, I understand it at some point.
Even I mispronounced this name at the very first time, not in front of him. I was like, who's this Jamie person? And then I think Homo, he corrected me, it's Jaime. Never say Jamie. I'm like, okay, I remember that.
I talked once with Jaime about it, and he also said, like, it's a hard name if you're not from Spain. So you don't really know the pronunciation exactly. Which I think you then understand, okay, some people, especially when they are English speaking, they call you Jamie. Because it's like, makes sense for them. It
starts with also a J, and it's exactly Jamie, Jamie, but well, it's different culture, different everything. So let's respect it.
Yeah, I agree with that. So that's true.
Let's never make fun of any culture because it can be like very triggering point also for everyone. So yeah.
No, that's true. Always respect other cultures, other opinions, and there's no need to say something bad about it. Actually.
Mm-hmm.
How long can a game be in cricket?
Well, there are different formats. So if it is T20, which is 20 overs, it goes on to max 3 hours.
Okay.
And if it is an ODI, which is 50 overs, that goes longer. Like that can last up to, I think, 6, 7, or I'm not so sure. I'm not a cricket fan. I just watch it just for the fun of it.
Can it happen that a cricket game goes over more days?
Yeah, there is a test match that is called test match. They play from morning till night till the sun sets, and then again the next day they stop, or whatever the score is. Again the next day from morning till evening. So that's
Wow.
the longest form of cricket. But that is also the true form of cricket. What people they say, because you in test matches you can test all the batsmen, all the bowlers' patience. Their you can actually pinch them in every way. Like you can boo them from the back, saying you cannot hit the ball. Like testing their immense level of emotions, patience, anger, every form of Inside Out movie I've seen.
It's crazy for this long period. It's like that's actually crazy for an athlete to perform on the highest stage for more than a day.